shielding you from the storm. A special presentation from the Fox 4 Storm Shield Weather Team, brought to you by FPL.
And thank you so much for sticking with us for Fox 4 News at 6:30. I'm Patrick Nolan, along with Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley. And this is a 4 in Your Corner special report, shielding you from the storm. We're now 6 days into hurricane season, and we want you to have everything you need to know to feel prepared and at ease through the rest of the season. Now, in the past hour, we've been taking your questions through our live phone bank.
All right, we have a panel of experts to help you prepare you and your family and your pets for the upcoming hurricane season. It is our mission to make sure that you are safe and informed. Let's send it over to meteorologist Cindy Pressler, who's now with our panel of experts. Cindy, go ahead, right ahead.
Okay, we do have some questions, and we do have 3 panelists right here. We have Karen Ryan from LCEC, we have Brian Rist from StormSmart, and we have Todd Mankey from Trademark Roofing. And Karen, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What should I do if the power goes out? That's a good question.
If the power goes out, first thing is just be patient. You don't need to call the utility because we already know that the power is out if it's after a hurricane. Just remain patient. Make sure that you have your hurricane supply kit, batteries, and everything that you need to sustain yourself until we get there. And crews will be on the way to restore the power as fast as they can and as safely as they can. It will take some time to assess the damage, but then we'll be on our way to you.
How long is power usually out for a storm?
It really just depends on the storm, and it also depends on the situation. With Irma, some customers in Cape Coral and other places never lost power. Some customers were out for up to 3 weeks. And it really just depends on the damage that is in the area and how much damage is widespread throughout our service territory.
Okay, next question. What are the best kind of hurricane shutters? And I'm going to put that either to Brian or Todd.
Well, here's the real answer. They're code-approved hurricane shutters. The only products you really should look at are ones that are tested and approved by the state of Florida. If you use code-approved shutters, they all pass the same test. So then it comes down to cost and the ease of use. And it depends on how much work you want to do versus how much money it's going to cost you. But they must be code-approved and they must be labeled.
Okay, we have a question, though, from Barbara from Cape Coral, and she asks, my phone was built in 2008. Is it hurricane safe?
The code changed after Hurricane Charlie, and hurricane safe is a funny word, but in 2004, the building code changed and it was updated and it became much stronger from the lessons we learned from Hurricane Charlie and the other storms. History's taught us that the new code-approved homes do very, very well in hurricanes. We've done studies after after Charlie and Irma, and I'm not aware of any new code-built home that had catastrophic damage.
Where's the best place in your house to stay safe?
You want to go to the most interior part of your house, away from a room preferably that doesn't have any windows in it, so maybe under a stairwell if it's a 2-story house, or an interior bathroom or an interior walk-in closet. You want to get as deep into your house as possible.
This one goes to Todd, though, because you're going to know the answer to this. What should I do if my home has roof damage after a storm?
Contact a roofing company as quick as you can. We all get really busy after a storm. Contact your insurance company, and then also hopefully you've purchased a tarp beforehand. That way you can actually apply it to your own home in case all the stores have sold out.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Water and food, well, to last a few days. IDs and insurance cards, all things we need and should have to grab before a hurricane hits. But what about protecting the stuff left behind from looters? Rachel Lloyd's looking into how you can keep your stuff safe just in case you have to evacuate.
You've seen it before, looters rummaging through the items people who evacuated left behind and thought was going to be safe. And what about post-disaster crimes we don't see coming, like identity theft or charities soliciting donations, both of which happened here in Southwest Florida after Hurricane Charlie?
They might be a fraudster seeking an easy dollar.
Corporal Paul Guyton with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says people usually open their hearts and their wallets to help neighbors after a disaster. But he says beware. Scammers prey on that.
If a person wants to give to a charity, it's best they give to a charity that is known, not the person knocking at the front door.
If you're suspicious, don't open your door or donate online. And if you're giving to a new charity, he says do a quick Google search to see if it's registered with the state first. And when it comes to looters, Guyton says don't give them a reason to hang out at your place. So secure things like your birth certificate, social security card, and passports.
If it's possible, don't leave anything of informational value behind.
Sergeant Alan Kolak with Cape Coral Police Department says don't forget the basics.
Rule number one is your safety. Of course, you want to make sure that you leave in plenty of time.
And protect yourself from thieves looking for an easy score. Kolak explains if you have to leave anything valuable behind, lock it up in a safe.
If you do notice that your house or your business has possibly been broken into or looted, call law enforcement first. Make sure that we check it out. Make sure there is no one still inside, because you never know.
In Cape Coral, Rachel Lloyd, Fox 4, in your corner.
Well, of course, with any storm that you know, power outages are going to be inevitable, but Florida Power and Light is actually using drones to help visualize areas before and after the storm to help you get your power back fast.
It's just a great angle to do it, right? So they've got drone teams placed throughout the whole state to access hard-to-reach locations for areas that are prone to flooding, right, because they can't get the vehicles in there. Drones can also be used to survey power poles in neighborhoods before a storm, and then crews can use that information to help get the power flowing again after the rains and the high winds pass through.
Now with the drone, we can stand from the street, fly quickly in less than minutes, take pictures all the way around 360 degrees of the pole, and go to the next location. So the time it saves, safety-wise, not having to go into someone's backyard, and then on top of that, we're able to now get pictures from above looking down compared to walking, driving assessments are all done from the ground looking up.
Now, don't worry, officials do say drones are not going to be used to look onto people's personal property. They're only going to be used to survey the power poles.
All right, let's send it back over to meteorologist Cindy Pressler, who has more questions for our panel, including our new guest there from the Florida Highway Patrol.
We have a brand new person here that's added to the panel. This is Trooper Kenny Watson from the Florida Highway Patrol. And I have a few questions for you, Kenny. Okay, the first one, will I-75 be reversed to reduce traffic jams?
In all probability, that's not going to take effect. What we want to do is make sure that everyone is traveling in the correct direction, and the Florida Highway Patrol will make sure everyone's doing that safely.
Why do officials issue curfews?
What we want to do is make sure that there is no looting. We also want to make sure that everyone is in their homes safely, so in the event of an extended emergency, we'll be able to respond and we know where you are.
And what is the best way to evacuate so you don't get stuck in traffic? Because that's always a big problem, right?
Without question, the first thing you want to do is have that good plan in place. And you have to understand, you want those vehicles well fueled and all of your family members to have that plan set with you.
Okay. Well, we want to send it over to Patrick and Derek, who are going to tell you about some apps you can download right now to help you during a disaster.
That's right. We want to keep it easy, right? That's probably the first thing you grab is your phone. You know, you leave all the other stuff behind. So there are 2 new tools in Lee County that can help keep you updated during a disaster or any emergency situation, so wildfires or whatever's going down. Lee County Emergency Management is replacing the Lee Alert app with Lee Prepares. So this features stuff in real-time information from the Emergency Operations Center, EOC talking directly to you, the current emergency activation level, supply list, and a whole lot more. Lee Prepares is now available on Android and Apple devices. Also changing is the Code Red system. That's going to be replaced by Alert Lee. And the emergency notification system allows registered users, so you do have to register, to receive notifications about natural or man-made emergencies. To sign up, just head to alertlee.com.
And of course, when your lights go out, your cell phone could be your lifeline. And there are several apps in addition to the Fox 4 Storm Shield app that can help you in case that happens. The FEMA app offers interactive emergency kit list that gives you a map of open shelters in the area. And also the Hurricane app by the American Red Cross is another great app, and it monitors conditions and also has tips to help you prepare you and your family. The Flashlight app, I know everybody's got that one. There's several that you can choose from. Those are free. Those can help you out as well. We've got a lot more helpful information coming to you as you get you and your family ready for the upcoming hurricane season.
So please stay with us. You're watching Shielding You from the storm, a Fox 4 Hurricane Special.
Here for good.
Shielding you from the storm. A special presentation from the Fox 4 Storm Shield Weather Team. Brought to you by FPL.
We thank you for joining us for this 4 in Your Corner special report, shielding you from the storm. I'm Patrick Nolan, along with Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley.
Yeah, we're just a few days into hurricane season, and we want to show you that everything that you need to be prepared for the upcoming season. In the past hour, we've been taking your questions through the Fox 4 phone bank. And of course, Patrick, you got more.
That's right. Yeah. We've got a panel of experts to help you prepare, to get the whole family ready. The pets, got a lot of questions about those, and how to get your home ready for the season. We know as you're preparing yourself and your family for the hurricane season, you've got questions and challenges. And of course, none of you is ever going to forget about the pets.
Lee County Domestic Animal Services suggests that you make sure that you have a carrier crate 3 days with 3 days worth of food, as well as food bowls, blankets for comfort, leash and collar and toys, treats and bags to clean up. And they also say that it's a smart idea to make sure that your pet is microchipped should you need to reunite with your pet before or after the storm.
You want to have your medical records in a waterproof bag. That way, if you get separated from them, you have proof of ownership if you need to come and get them. We had 300 pets impounded after Irma.
Now, if you need to evacuate, Lee County Domestic Animal Service says that you need to call ahead to any shelter or hotel to see if they are pet friendly. When Irma hit our area, there were a lot of options for pet owners.
We were very lucky in Lee County that our commissioners did make every shelter pet friendly, so people were able to shelter with their pets.
When in doubt, Lee County Domestic Animal Service has the website listing all the pet-friendly shelters and hotels in our area. Let's send it over to meteorologist Cindy Pressler, who's with our panel of experts to give you more answers to your questions here. Cindy, what you got going on?
Of course, we want to help you prepare for a storm. I'm here with Christy Dutton from Lee Memorial Hospital, Chris Volpone from the Salvation Army, and Lars Knapp from the Red Cross. And we're looking out for your health and medical needs in the event of a disaster right here. And we've got some questions for you. So I'm going to start off, first of all, with Christy. What should I do if a medical emergency during a storm occurs?
Well, the best thing to do is hope that you don't have a medical emergency. So make sure you've got your medications filled, that you have enough medication to last you for 14 days. But remember that if you do have a medical emergency, once the winds get up to 40 miles an hour, the ambulances will not be able to run. So emergency medical systems will not be able to get to you, but call 911 anyway, and they will get to you as soon as they can, as soon as they can be up and running.
Okay. Well, Jerry from Port Charlotte wants to know, her husband is on oxygen. How should they evacuate? That's a different question.
You're going to need to take your oxygen with you if you are evacuating. So make sure that you know how long your tank lasts and have enough to try to last you, because remember, even after the storm, it may be hard for the suppliers to get the oxygen back to replenish their supply, so it may take you a while to get it. So make sure you have enough to take with you and that you have enough to last.
Oh, okay. And Lars, this one might be for you. What shelters are available for my family's pets?
So during a storm, there's a lot of variables that go into play. So the best thing that you can do is be prepared to go to your county's emergency management website so that you're able to get the most up-to-date information about what's going to be available to you during the course of the storm.
So for pets and for people, there's two different things. Some shelters do not take pets, correct?
Absolutely. There are some shelters where pets aren't necessarily accepted.
And what should I bring to a shelter?
You should always bring enough all of the things that are going to be in your emergency preparedness kit. By visiting redcross.org or by downloading the Red Cross emergency app, you can find all of the things that you're going to want to have in your emergency preparedness kit.
Okay, well, FEMA is making it easier to find open shelters near you. Just text SHELTER and your zip code to 4FEMA. That's 43362. If you or your family member need assistance due to physical or mental impairments, you'll need to register for special needs shelter. These shelters fill up fast, so you'll want to do this very, very soon. Just head to floridadisaster.org, and under the Plan and Prepare tab, you'll see disability planning. This is where you will find information on registering for special needs shelters. Derek, Pat?
All right, thank you so much, Cindy. You know what we want to talk about now is the important stuff, the documents, your passport, all that. As you get ready for hurricane season, just start backing it up now. Don't wait for the warning or the watch to be issued. You want copies of all your valuables.
You also want to keep a good copy of your vital records and things like your driver's license, your marriage license, your divorce certificates, social security cards, passports, military papers, diplomas, and medical information. You should also include insurance policies like health, homeowners, renters, or flood insurance.
All right, different ways you can back up your documents include just taking photos. That's what I did right before Irma. You can scan them if you've got the time. You can also upload them to a cloud or a file sharing website, or transfer them to a DVD if you want to go old school, or external drive. Any way is going to work, or even just put them really old school in a fireproof lockbox or a safe.
All right, when you have documents, when you document the things in your house, I should say, like furniture and electronics, it's best to start at one end of the house and move slowly, room by room, to the other end, describing each of them with good detail before moving on to the next thing.
All right, cone of uncertainty. That is something, it's a phrase that just you like to say, right? You don't ever want to be in that cone and the uncertainty, but we all just get on these phrases, and especially during Hurricane Irma, we got a ton of questions from you about this.
That's right. Meteorologist Cindy Pressler sat down to explain exactly what it means and what you should watch out for.
Well, it's been a few months since we've even had to think about tropical storms and hurricanes. So now would be a good time to review before we get into the thick of it. The National Hurricane Center wants you to be prepared. They want to give you as much time as possible to get all the necessary things done. But they also want to let you know that there's always a level of uncertainty when dealing with nature. The cone of uncertainty is a projected path of the center of a tropical cyclone, and it shows arrival times of tropical storm force winds. That would be winds of at least 40 miles per hour. The cone uses a set of circles which are pushed forward every 12 hours. Up to 5 days out are forecasted. The size of the storm is not taken into account, and cone size is fixed for all storms. The main thing to remember here, the cone is designed to show uncertainty for the path of the storm's center. Impacts will be far-reaching, even away from the center, both to the right and the left. So we need to be prepared even if the center of the cone does not include our area. Bottom line, if you are located within the cone, you need to be prepared.
All right, we've got more helpful information to get you and your family prepared in case of an upcoming storm.
So please stick around. You're watching Shielding You from the Storm, a Fox 4 Hurricane Special.
Huge. Shielding you from the storm. A special presentation from the Fox 4 Storm Shield Weather Team. Brought to you by FPL.
All right, when the power goes out and you're left in the dark, 4 in your corner is still here for you.
Don't forget that you can always find us on the web or with your smartphone. Just head to fox4now.com and click on weather. You'll find an interactive radar that allows you to move around and zoom into certain areas. You'll also find both hourly and daily forecasts, and you can check out any of our weather alerts. For all things hurricane related, just head to the Hurricane tab right under the menu. Here you're going to find the latest hurricane stories, videos, and checklists. A lot of you have been asking about flood zones, so you can put in your address and get your flood zone and your evacuation zone, as well as your shelter information. Don't forget, you can always watch us live. Maybe you're doing it right now by clicking on Watch Fox 4 Now live on the homepage. Our website is not the only place, though, that you can get up-to-date weather information.
4 in your corner is also on social media. Just look for Fox 4 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're looking for videos, you can find us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick.
We're all over the place. We'll find you on all that stuff. We've got more helpful information to get you and your family prepared in case of a storm.
So stick around. You're watching Shielding from the Storm on Fox 4.
Just a reminder, 4's in your corner. We want to be your source for complete weather coverage.
Remember, you can download the Storm Shield mobile app, and it's free for push alerts and up-to-date information about weather conditions in your area.
And of course, you can also find us on social media, Fox 4. Search for it on Facebook.
We want to thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 4 Hurricane Special, shielding you from the storm. For more information on anything you heard in this special, head to fox4now.com.